welcome everyone. Welcome to Soros and Cam.
Hey,
How's everyone doing today?
What's up,
um,
everybody? So we have a really fun one, a fun space today with the Thesaurus guys. Thank you so much for joining us. What is the main conversation today? Obviously, we want to introduce yourselves and figure out a little bit more about what you guys are building and offering, and what you guys have been up to this past year and what you have upcoming next year. So one of the main questions we want to speak about today is: can AI coordinate capital better than humans? It's a really interesting topic as we move into the age. People, users, retail are allowing AI to manage their money now, which is a big development compared to a couple of years ago. And yeah, Thesaurus guys, please tell us a little bit more about your offering. Tell us about what you're building. We'd love to learn more about you guys.
yeah, sure. Thanks for the question. Actually, yeah, we're building, let's say, reliable yield generation engine, as we call it, and our main focus is institutional profile investor, but also we offer opportunity to invest for retail customers with smaller checks. And actually, firstly, how it works, we have an algorithm which we designed and battle tested for almost 2 years in a way, and it shows pretty good results. So it actually analyzes and distributes liquidity across different lending protocols. And our allocation engine is built in as decentralized manner as possible. And the core of it is a computational layer which works on chain link automation. Actually, as I said, we're building universal yield service for every individual. And also our main focus is providing yield for institutional clients, for bigger guys, and building infrastructure for them. We started maybe almost 2 years ago trying to build perfect algo that actually helps to allocate stablecoin liquidity across lending markets in the best possible way. And what we figured out, actually, the most important thing that is crucial in this market is security, actually risk management, because actually when you talk about any kind of stablecoin investments, there is no space for any extra risks, because actually risk isn't linear growing thing here. It's binary thing. So you have it or you don't have it, actually. You're okay with some impermanent losses, with some volatility, or you not okay with that. And mostly people who investing into such strategies, they are not okay with any kind of volatility, with some risks, and they need to be liquid, need to stay liquid. Staking isn't also a great solution for them as well. We built a perfect algo that actually performs well and outperforms any single token lending protocol in the market. So actually, yeah, you can just deposit your USDC into Morpho or into Aave and hold it there. But actually, we operate as the layer over the top blue chip yield pools. So actually, we aggregated the top protocols and their top pools with USDC, especially. And we'll always, thanks to our algo, we're always giving higher yield than any single token pool. So actually, that is something similar to what Morpho curated vaults does, but they're doing it inside Morpho infrastructure, and we do this across all lending markets. Actually, here, what is AI role actually in it? With appearance of AI and agentic networks, we actually started utilizing that for better risk analysis, better risk management, and also for some better monitoring of smart contracts risks, of some economical risks, and all stuff that involves into such strategies. Because actually, what I can say is 100% that actually bigger investors, institutionals, high net worth individuals, and that kind of persons, they don't actually an idea that their capital can be fully controlled by something synthetic, by some AI. So they have more trust for some person or for some to some institution. So actually, some curator or asset management company. That is a place where you still need to be an agent as a person or as a brand. And our founder is a managing partner of a VC fund as well, and they'll have a private equity fund in US. So actually, we know how to do that in a traditional way, but actually now we utilizing power of AI and combining it with great math algorithm, which gives us the actual opportunity of generating that yield, as I described before. So yeah, for now it works like that. And briefly, our goals for the next year is to build great stablecoin rails for banks, wallets, and all kind of projects who needs actually some yield and who wants to offer some low risk stablecoin yield to their clients. And we are already in negotiation with a couple of pretty big brands, and some of them are in process of initial integration with us, and we see these as a future, because actually if you guys are also in the space from, I don't know, since 2015 or 2017, you know that back in the days we all thought that everything will go on a bit another way in crypto. And yeah, there is no huge adoption of traditional Web3 and DeFi services. But still, like most of the people looking for something that they are familiar with. And here we see that actually, yeah, banking apps, crypto cards, centralized exchanges, wallets, and so on. These are the kind of protocols who actually a bridge between traditional Web2 people and who can and really creating inflow of new people and new capital into crypto. We are here not to teach everyone to how to create a MetaMask account and actually how to bridge the funds between chains and where actually to get some gas tokens. But we are here to help every project that is striving for new users and trying to onboard them into crypto. We are here to make their lives easier and actually give them protected, polished mechanism that works seamlessly and that can be integrated in a couple of weeks probably and can be on production. So yeah, that is long story short.
That's amazing, man. That's really well explained. I think that you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Where if I'm a high net worth individual, I want somewhere safe and secure to park my funds, right? Because if you have it in assets, the market is super volatile. But if you're providing a good ROI through a yield on stable coins, I think it's a really clever mechanic. And like you say, I think it bridges the Web2 and Web3 worlds together. It's a bit more traditional, but it's in general it's just a safe place for users to earn some yield on their funds.
Yeah, and the market is already gets more and more mature. So actually people, but always people want to play with something, with meme coins, with NFTs, no matter what is it. But actually we always facing the situation that actually people trying to look for some 300% APYs and taking it for serious, but actually ending up the same way every cycle. And among those people, we actually see that it's growing demand for something reliable, for something stable, for something predictable and safe. And actually, we don't compete with projects who offer some 150 or 300% APYs. We are competing actually, we figured it out in process during building, but actually we are competing with banking deposits, with treasury bills, with that kind of things, because you can stay liquid when you have USDC. You can actually normally on ramp and off ramp these things. And if you have USDC in your crypto card app and you can spend it as US dollars actually from MasterCard, then there is no difference for like regular people, for normies. And if you even can make some deposit and have 8, 9, 10% yearly in USDC, it's way better than 2% in bank or 4% with treasury bills. So actually here is our competitive space. But as I said before, we're not building any kind of banking app or crypto cards. We had such experience before, some of our team members, so we understand as well. And we just understand that when there is a gold rush, it's better to sell shovels than actually dig for some gold. Yeah, here we are actually new neobanks with crypto cards. They are appearing actually like a mushrooms after the rain. So more and more of them. and especially in not hard regulated areas like Latam, like Africa, like Southeastern Asia. And there are a lot of unbanked people in the world, and a lot of people with living in countries with a very unstable economy. So they're looking for some stable coins as a actually not as an investment into crypto, but as a normal way to save, to keep their savings, and actually to maybe even earn something from it. Yeah, it's not about some risky deal that they can take. It's about like their salaries, their savings, their daily spending. I understand why this market is growing. It's growing rapidly, and stablecoins are also appearing. A lot of them, yield-bearing stablecoins. So this is a real trend because, in my opinion, people are a bit tired of that. Even crypto as a word became not a very good. It's something near gambling or some stuff like that. Yeah, when we say crypto, it's associated with something scammy, with something like that, like mostly. Yeah, and for us, it's not a good feeling about the space where we building, but actually, I think that these kind of things that we do and protocols and companies we work with, it can give it actually second burst, and we actually can see, we already see that technologically it grows, it evolves, and it gives real utility for the people and for the businesses, and not some MLM or some scammy things that also associated with some gambling and stuff like that. So we don't want to be associated with this stuff in any possible way. So we want to build for sustainable growing businesses. And yeah, that's actually our vision for this market. And when we started 2 years ago, the market was a bit different. And now, like during the last year, this year actually, we see that it's really evolves in this direction very, very rapidly. So yeah, as I said, we actually here with our technology now to bring it to businesses and also to individuals as well. We have it. We have the app for individuals, so you can like deposit any $100 into it and see how it's growing. So it's not a problem if you are a crypto user already. So we're also going to integrate some simple on-ramp with abstraction account wallets. So you can just create a wallet in a few clicks and deposit from your like Apple Pay card. And that is also, but as I said before, we don't see this as the only way to distribute the technology that we actually built. Yeah, so it lies in the key to the distribution, in my opinion, lies in integrations with other businesses who already build trust, who already builds marketing, who achieve some results in gathering more and more audience. And yeah, we just working as good partners to them, as reliable ones. So yeah, that is our vision for the nearest year, maybe.
It's very cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I do have some questions though around more of the, I guess, the algorithm itself and what sets you guys apart. My main question right now, to clarify, is the algo, or does the algo incorporate AI in any way, or is it just a formula, basically?
Yeah, it's a complex mechanism. So actually, mostly it relies on the formulas that we have. It's just clear math. It's nothing to do with AI in terms of profitability. But as I said, we also involve risk management. And this is the thing that AI actually, we reinvented it with AI, because when we started like 2 years ago, we did everything manually on a regular basis, but still we needed to do the risk assessment job. And it was like a normal, regular process, a recurring one. And now it's 95% automatized thanks to AI actually. And we can reshape our strategy, maybe make some decisions on the profitability metrics that we have based on that analysis made by AI, because it makes everything way efficiently than in a single person. So we know how it works inside asset management funds, how curators is doing it. And actually, we now actually don't need a team of analytics to monitoring everything daily and doing a lot of calculations, because we have just a couple AI agents which operates as a risk management team. That actually today we see that AI also evolves rapidly and a lot of things become more easy to do with AI. But as I said before, considering our profile of our audience, of our partners, for clients, we also understand that security is a crucial thing for them. And this is still a space for improvement for AI tools, because actually you cannot fully rely on AI in terms of moving some liquidity, of touching the money. Actually, yeah, that is the thing that where smart contracts are way more reliable, and people should be still responsible for it. Yeah, so we cannot rely fully on AI and just say that, hey, we just created an AI powered autopilot that is doing everything for us. Yeah, so I hope that such things can happen in nearest future. But for this very moment, you still need to do something manually. You still need a layer of responsibility, and it's not fully AI driven at all. Yeah, maybe that is an explanation how it works now for us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. It's so basically you trust the AI to do data analysis more than actual like financial management. With your just even as a general theory, like that you don't think AI is there yet.
Yeah, actually, here in our case, we are not involving any kind of, let's say, trading strategies for this moment in our strategies. Yes, so we operating clearly in lending market, and everything is pretty predictable there. And we have perfectly polished math algorithm that actually covers our needs and gives us the best API in the market. And we actually don't need AI for this particular task. Yeah, I see from news that there are competitions happening between people and AI agents in terms of trading or something. Yeah, and AI performs pretty well. So I think, yeah, it's have its own place in the industry, and it will be a growing one, I think. But in terms of what we do now, we actually literally don't need this to involve AI somehow, because we just literally need to collect a bunch of parameters, just do some math on it, and reallocate the funds in accordance with some particular protocol. It works like that. Yeah, and there is nothing to, so to say, invent here for AI, and it's very strict and predictable. Yeah, considering our audience and our clients. Yeah, it's like this.
That makes sense. Awesome. Is there any way you see you and yourself integrating AI more in the process in the future, or do you think as it is right now is already like as far as it needs to go in terms of AI and the capital management and your algorithm?
I think we will definitely think about something on the user's end. AI apps, AI interfaces, AI-driven interfaces, they're becoming more and more popular. Mostly things
User
are becoming, yeah, ChatGPT ones. So yeah, its user experience is more like chat windows, communication with AI. And people becomes more lazy and don't want to click a lot of buttons. They want to just type in some prompt and please ChatGPT do everything for me. Yeah. So in terms of that, yeah, we will definitely probably create some experience for users so they just can say, hey, I have this amount of money. I'm not okay with this and I'm okay with that. And then maybe answer a couple of questions that AI will ask them. And hey, just do it for me. Yeah. I mean, in terms of that, yeah, why not? So that is a trend. Actually, this is how globally user experience evolves. So that is the way we can do it, I think, as well. So yeah. But yeah, as I said, we mostly now focused on infra, and that is for our upcoming integrations with banks, with some custodian products that's already providing some crypto services for their users. And yeah, in terms of that, AI is not so much needed in there. Yeah, so that's why we mostly focused on the security systems, on ease of integration and SDK and all that stuff that is needed for such protocols, just to use us as a perfect dev experience, not a user experience, but mostly dev experience, and also legal one. They need legal part to be perfectly designed and adapted for their needs, and also they need seamless dev experience. So these are probably 2 points of focus that we have in now. We have it almost covered with the legal one, but in terms of dev experience, we now working with our first partners on these integrations and just trying to polish everything, just to do SDK documentation and everything pretty clear, useful for any particular project that actually wants to integrate with us. So that is the main point of focus.
I'm curious about one thing, a huge progression and development in stablecoins this past year in particular. How do you see the mainstream adoption of stablecoins themselves? Do you think that overtaking fiat is obviously a very big statement to make, but in years to come that stablecoins will be adopted worldwide?
Sure, they already are adopted in even big traditional finance companies adopting it and using stablecoin technology for now, and we can see that. And yeah, definitely this space will grow. We have like hundreds of new stablecoins appearing in market, and some of them are great ones. Some of them are with strange and shady schemes in their supply and all that stuff. There are different projects, and I think the good ones will survive and will be used widely. So actually, we now rely on USDC mostly, as I said before, yeah, because this one is the biggest and actually from the safety standpoint, economical one and the legal one, we prefer it for now for our strategies. And yeah, we can refer to the situation like a couple months ago when several stablecoins just dumped, just actually they had a price defect just because of they relied on some, let's say, neutral strategy, and that was yield force for them, and it wasn't a great thing, yeah, about stablecoins at all. But I think still with stablecoins, it's a bit another situation that as it was for crypto tokens, yeah, because we all have experience with ICOs in the past with NFTs and all the things that actually was built as a great mechanics, as a great technology, but ended up as some pump and dump some things, yeah, and it has problems with its reputation, yeah. And in terms of stablecoins, I don't think so that it will be as much space for some scammers, for some guys who can actually destroy its reputation, because still it's stablecoin. It can be spent as a dollars, as a basically fiat money, but technologically it's way more efficient, way more fast and reliable, and I think yeah, that is the future, definitely. So we also see the very rapidly growing industry around stablecoins. We have fiat on ramps of ramps. We have stablecoin rails, payment systems, and everything for banks, for integrations with crypto cards, and a lot of things that is appearing around that. And yeah, I think that this is definitely a big thing. So that's why we're actually building for stablecoin yields. And yeah, mostly because we believe in it, we are here at all. Yeah, like that.
Makes sense. We're focusing a little bit more on the bigger picture now, and this is we would like to focus on AI a little bit. I'm curious what you think currently in the financial system, and not just, let's say, decentralized finance. Is there anything that you think or limits to AI, that decisions that AI should never basically do and should still have human intervention? Or do you think there's a point in the future where AI will be able to take over all of finance, really?
I think that people are always the same. We're basically the same creatures now. We're like 10,000 years ago. And so we just driven by the same things, but by the same instincts. And for everyone, their wealth, their money, their capital is a very crucial thing. And everyone wants to prosper and earn more, but still everyone tries to understand the risk and how to prevent from that risk and how to actually keep their money safe. Yeah, and if you can take the risk comparing with a potential reward, then you go for it. And actually, in terms of AI, if the potential value at risk will be okay for the most of the people, then actually, why not? Probably AI as a technology will be adopted widely, and people will be okay with that. But still, we can see that with classical DeFi services and apps. In my opinion, why everyone isn't using MetaMask or Ledger and just using DeFi protocols directly. Yeah, it's adopted, but not so widely as we thought before. Yeah. And I think it's also the question of responsibility. It's also a question of risk. So actually, when it comes to, okay, if I will put like my 100K into this or that service or wallet or protocol, if it disappears, like who's in charge? Yeah. And mostly with GFI, like it comes to, okay, no one is in charge, like shit happens, you are in charge of your keys, and okay, the protocol is decentralized, blah blah blah. It doesn't give an answer, a direct one, a clear one for the most of the people. Why should I trust this service or that service, and actually, how can I believe in it? With AI, for me, it looks the same. Yeah. So should I trust this AI powered algorithm or this AI wallet or something? Is it safe enough? Is there any insurance or some kind of thing that can make me sure that I can trust it? Yeah. And when people will see clear benefits, clear profit, and clear, let's say, criteria that allows them to actually say, okay, I'm in, then I think, yeah, why not? Because for this very moment, I mean, if you just put your money to, I don't know, trading bot, which is AI powered, and it will actually trade and loss for all your deposit, then who's in charge? Yeah, you can perfectly lose it yourself, and in that case, you are responsible. But if some AI algo does that, actually, this question of responsibility rises again, and there is no answer actually for it. Yes, some time should pass, and actually, AI will be, I think, a very great thing to make life easier, but not take all of everyone's responsibility and decision making fully. Yeah, so I think still some smart people intervention, human intervention should be needed, and actually AI cannot fully replace everyone. Asset managers, protocol creators, everyone. I think it still should be needed. So it makes our lives easier. It helps us. It helps users. It can give us better resource management, better user experience to them. But in general, I don't think that AI itself can replace one of parties in this game. Yeah, that's maybe my answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a good answer. Ken, is there any final questions before we come up on the hour here?
No, I think you're totally right in what you say. I think that leveraging AI for things like data analytics and forecasting, really utilizing it in that aspect is really smart and clever. But I agree from a psychological aspect, I think that human touch will never be beaten per se. But I think that, like you guys are doing and leveraging AI in that aspect, it makes a lot of sense to me. And I think that sort of applies across the board when we think about real AI adoption.
Sorry, man, maybe I missed the last question. Can you please repeat?
Oh no, it was just a question. So I was just marinating on what you said about
Yeah.
AI in general, and
Yes.
I agree fully and totally in what you're saying. But no questions on my part. I think that you communicated everything about Thesaurus super well.
Yeah, because I can add the one thing to it. I've seen an interesting products so like incorporates AI as a technology, and actually, mm, for instance, the AI powered wallets where you just have some window similar to a ChatGPT one that actually where you can just tell the AI agent to please do this or do that with my USDC, and it seems interesting. But still, I see a lot of lack of trust from average users to these things because they questioning, okay, what if AI do something weird? What if will make some mistake with my money? Who's in charge? Yeah, and that's still some very pretty high level of fear about it that something strange can happen with funds when you just cannot fully rely on some AI technology. Now, yeah, I think we will get to the point where actually it's built better, the trust level will raise, but yeah, still some time should pass for it. I think it's not the perfect timing now for that.
Looks like someone requested to speak. Let's quickly invite them up. Or oh no. I see the request has disappeared. Never mind. If anyone in the audience wants to ask anything. Sorry?
I just approved someone's request. Wanted to ask something.
Not really. I just wanted
all
to
right,
chime in about I just wanted to chime in about X402 protocol, if you guys are familiar with that, because you are mentioning about USDC transaction and people not trusting. And while we are living in an agent to agent economy, and I have one agent myself, which is there on my profile as well, which is available for transactions, direct transaction between agent to agent using X402, and which allows USDC transactions. So I just wanted to chime in and share that.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you familiar with X402?
No.
So allow me to share that. So X402 is a new HTTP protocol, a simple HTTP protocol in which right now in a traditional web world that we have currently, we do transactions payment using traditional players like Stripe or PayPal or RDN of the world. So if you're developing any technology, you have to use their services and they become the central holder of doing that. While in a Web3 world, if you want to do that transaction, there is no availability, but that thing has changed with X402. And if you want to learn more, I'll also share a link on the description of that what exactly it is on the purple pill, probably on this as I speak. And it is about essentially enabling agent to agent transactions where an agent wants to do something and probably that agent does not have that capability to do it on its own. So it outsources another specialist agent and it can pay a very small amount of transaction for doing that specific activity. And then that can happen all autonomously and on chain and using USDC. And another use case for it is that, which is not possible today. Let's say you are familiar with traditional SaaS models, which are freemium models. You pay for a seat, you pay for subscription, and that's how you subscribe to SaaS platforms. But that model is completely getting turned upside down with X402, in which you can essentially give microservices and do absolutely micro payments, which are not possible today. If I want to give you an API access for a fraction of a cent, I cannot do it today because that transaction cost itself will be so high that I'll be getting negative revenue for it if I'm using Stripe or any other services for doing that, because there is no other workaround for it. But with X402, I can charge you a tenth of a cent for every API transaction. And then agents can do millions of such transactions really quickly because humans cannot, but agents can. And you can charge micro transactions for it. And there are very small amount of gas fee for it. And there are different networks. I'll not get into the technical details of it, but it opens a plethora of possibilities. And I've just shared a link to a blog that I have written about X402. If you want to learn more about it, is basically catering not just to people who are tech savvy, but also to a wider audience. So if you want to venture into that, be my guest and please have a look at it. I'll be happy to hear your feedback as well.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's super cool. We actually have a space coming up in January. I centered around agentic payments and X402. We have a great guest. Please keep an eye on our page, and I would love you to join in January and share your piece. That's super interesting. So thanks for that, man. Just moving back into the thesaurus, guys. Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear very briefly and quickly in terms of 2026 what you guys have planned. I'm sure you got some super exciting things coming up. And then additionally as well, for our listeners, where best to learn about you guys and find you guys? I assume it'd be the Twitter page, but please just share some information on that.
Yeah, you can follow our Twitter page, and as well, we have Thesaurus.io website where you can find some docs and go through it. And also, we have now the season 1 of points farming campaign. So if anyone's interested, you just can put some amount into deposit and get some early adopters bonuses, which we actually accrued for the campaign. I will not probably disclose everything because we have some plans. Something is already described in our docs, but in general, we have some ideas for a distribution of our profits into community rewards and into buybacks for the future tokens. I definitely recommend to take a part because as a growing ecosystem with the TVL growing as well, we're just going to make some rewards for those who contributed and who just was with us from the very beginning. So yeah, that's ongoing thing. Also, season 2 comes later, probably March or April, and it will depend a lot on the season 1 participants. So actually, yeah, everyone who's one just can join in because it's ongoing now.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Keep an eye out for what the Soros is pushing out, and it sounds like there's some good events coming up. For us, if anyone's interested in joining the next space, we will be hosting one next Monday with Spyfly, another one on Wednesday, January 7th for Haytham, and finally X402 on January 12th. Yeah, we look forward to having everyone, and thank you so much for hopping on the space, Artem from Thesaurus. Really appreciate it.
Thank you guys as well for inviting. Yeah, keep in touch.
Of course.
And have a great
Chat
day.
soon. You too. Happy New Year. Bye.
And you.